Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Sunday, the 12th of November 2023. This is Flosstube number 6. Welcome to my channel. I'm Lindsay, the Cheshire Stitcher, both here on Flosstube and Instagram. I have set up an Instagram account, but haven't really done anything with it. I'm still kind of learning the ropes. This is a channel mainly about cross stitch, but other crafts will appear from time to time, mostly bead weaving, but I can't share any of that at the minute because everything that I've finished recently is for a gift, take teeth out, is for a gift or an exchange. So, and I don't know if the people in the exchange watch this or not. Oh, pardon me. So today I have got some PhDs, which if you're new to me, first of all, welcome. But secondly, PhDs are potential happy dancers. I don't call my projects whips, because yes, they are a work in progress, but potential happy dance is so much nicer because we all do a happy dance when we finish something, no matter how big it is or how small it is. And if we don't do a happy dance on the outside, we do it on the inside. So I have potential happy dances. So I've got a finish. I've got an FFO that will probably make you laugh. I've got a little bit of stash enhancement. And I think that's it. Oh no, some long dogs. I'm umming and ahhing about some long dogs. So, you might remember in my last video I mentioned I'd been watching the Talking Dog Stitcher, and she was doing a project with either 25 stitches or 25 minutes a day on it, and I thought, oh, I can do that. So I pulled out this, stitch buttons from Running with Scissors. You get the little Scrabble stand, and you get a reel of silk, and you've got the fabric to work it as well. And this is over 1 on 32 count. Now when I first of all showed this, I had the S, the T and the I done. Well, since I've been doing, let's do it that way, since I've been doing 25 stitches a day, apart from Mondays, don't do Mondays, I have finished the T, the second T, and I have the C almost half done. I hope that by my next floss tube it'll be finished and be ready and waiting for me to put it all together. Though whether or not I'll do that this year, I have no idea. I love the stitching. It's the finishing that I'm not so good with. Not so good with that at all. So next is Puntini Craft Supplies. Take your teeth out, woman. And Other Lies. I had hoped that I would have this finished for today, and I was working on it this morning. Jeanette finished hers a couple of weeks ago, and I put mine down and discussed a few reasons. Last weekend I worked on the model for Sparklies all weekend, so it didn't get touched, and so I pulled it out today because I finished the model for Sparklies on Friday. So I have done a floss tube extra for that, which I will post once the chart has been launched at Harrogate on Thursday. So I've been working on this. Like I say, I had hoped to have it finished to show today, but don't need me bored for that. I pulled it out last night and got most of this band done. and I'm thinking, oh, okay, should be able to get that done because I've only got that bit of fabric there to do, and the pins. No, I haven't. I've got another bit there to do. So I've been stitching on it this morning, and I thought to myself, do you know what? If I don't put it down and record, it's going to be too dark, because it's now coming up for 3:15 in the afternoon, and it's very dull out because it's been raining all day, which is better than the frost we woke up to this morning. So I thought I'd better put it down. So this will be finished within the next few hours. So it will be a finish in my next floss tube in a couple of weeks' time. I've been working on my giraffes for love quilts. Not as far along as I would have liked, but because I've been concentrating on the sparklies model. I've got a few gaps to fill in down here, and then sort of this from here is, that bit there is completely done. I'm going to have to get a shufty on with this because it's due 2 weeks today, the 26th, it's due in. So it needs to be done. I've got to get it finished, I've got to get it washed, pressed and sent. So I've got to get a shufty on. So once I finish craft supplies today, I'm going to work on this for a few hours in the hopes I can get some good progress on it. It's quite straightforward really. The biggest bit is the sort of, there's a mum giraffe and a baby giraffe's head in the centre. So they're going to take the most time. I bought it on Etsy, but the name of the place I bought it from escapes me at the moment, but I will link it down below. And on the 1st of November for Black Sampler Month, I said I was going to start this from Daily Pattern Post. Again, I will link it down below. And I'm doing mine on some 34 count linen. No information other than 34 count linen, because it just wasn't there when I bought it. Just 34 count linen and the size and the price, and that was it. And I'm using black sulky thread for mine. I've only done about 3 days on it. I started it on the 1st, and I got most of this and the cross stitcher and I think the thimble done. Moved over, started the flower, and that was it. It got put away again for a few days. I did a little bit on Friday night after I'd sent the model back to Sparklies. So I will get some more done on it. I'd say I've probably got about half of the first page done. So there will be more progress on this in a couple of weeks' time. But I'm enjoying it. It's really nice to stitch. It's quite straightforward and quite quick. It's enjoyable. Right, so sorry, I've got an itch. My little finish. I was watching Mama Loves You GB a few days ago, and she was saying about the houses stitch along that she's going to be doing next year from her Pinker and Pumpkin blogspot, and she'd done a PowerPoint, I think it was, about all the houses. So I thought, oh, well, I'll go and have a look. None of the houses appealed to me. So, but while I was there, I was nosing around, and I saw this, one of her trifles, and I thought, oh, I'm stitching him. So here he is. Snowman Trifle is one of those charts. The design's there. Pick your own colours. So, if anybody wants to know my colours, I will list them down below. But they're only just the plain DMCs. On the chart, he's got a blue scarf, and I'm trying to pick a colour. I'm sitting there with my box on my lap, and my partner's going, "What are you doing?" Trying to pick a colour for my snowman. Oh, he says it's Christmas. Give him a red one. So we picked a red one. So, but he was a lovely little stitch. There's 233 stitches in him from start to finish. I know this because on Semi-Sane Stitches there's a challenge, as there is every month, and he was part of my challenge, so I know there's 233 stitches in him from start to finish, but he was a lovely little stitch. I was going to put him in one of those little mini hoops, but he's too big. So when I go to Harrogate next month, I will, not next month, next week, it's next week, I will see if I can get a 3-inch hoop to put him in, to hang him on my tree. If not, it'll end up as a little teeny tiny pillow to hang on my tree. There's a few things on my list to pick up next week. I'm going to have an order from Spellbound Beads to collect. I'm going to email them with a list of delicacies, because they don't take the delicacies to the shows. But if you email them with a list, they will take them for you to collect. And there's a few other bits and pieces that I want to pick up for Jeanette for the Advent exchange that we're doing. And I want to find some thread for one of the long dogs I'm thinking of doing. So, but I'll show you them in a minute. So, my FFO. You're gonna laugh. You are gonna laugh. I promise you. There it is. My FFO. I have got no idea when I stitch this. I have got no idea of what the pattern is called or where I got it from. I have vague recollections of it being a little teeny tiny kit, and it had a blue cover with the picture on, but that's all I can remember. I don't know when I stitched it, but I found it. I was going up in my craft room. It was a wardrobe, it was a built-in wardrobe in somebody else's house, my partner's brother. And when he left his wife, he took the wardrobes with him because he paid for them. Wasn't a very good split from what I can gather. I didn't know him then. So he took these wardrobes with him. So they're now up in my craft room. And in it I have a really useful box. When I first of all got these wardrobes last year, the only one I could find had slanted sides, and I didn't want a slanted side one, I wanted a straight sided one, so that I could put other really useful boxes at the side of it with other fabrics in it. So I've got one with all my sparklies in it, I've got one with my sparklies fabric of the month, I've got one that's got all the Ada in for love quilts, I've got one that's got 28 counts in, I've got one that's got 30 counts in, no, 32 count. And at the moment that also houses me 36 and 40, but I've not managed to get another box the same size as yet for that anyway. I digress. Quite good at doing that, aren't I? When we emptied Mum's house earlier this year, I got the size that I wanted with straight sides. So I finally managed to empty this box a few weeks back. So I decided that I would switch all of my finishes from one box to the other. During that process, I found that. So I kept it out thinking, I'll have to do something with it. Even if it's just put it in a key ring, I've got to do something with it. I pulled out quite a few things that I thought I could make a drum with that. I could do this with that. And there's one little one that I thought, oh, I can give that to Jeanette. So wait and see, Jeanette. You'll find out what it is during the Advent exchange. I also pulled out a lot of things that are no longer my taste that I stitched when my girls were small. So things like cute teddy bears and stuff like that I'll never do anything with. So I will be sending those off to one of the quilters who, there's 2 or 3 of them that make bags and other quilts and things to raise funds for love quilts. So I shall send those off to one of those for them to make some use of them. They might as well get some love from somebody. I haven't started this yet. This, what's that? Oh, it's the fish tank. Fish tank. My partner has a few fish. I don't have anything to do with them apart from buying the food for him. This is for my oldest daughter's partner for Christmas. As I said, it's not been started yet. It came with pink Ada. Well, one, I'm not a fan of Ada by choice. If I'm given a choice, I don't do it. I only use Ada for love quilts. So I'm switching out the fabric and I'm stitching it on this, which is Cloudburst from Kiwi Illusions. So hopefully that will get started before my next floss tube. I haven't touched my commission piece either, by the way, in case you're wondering, because I've concentrated on getting Kate Sparkley's model finished, which, as I said, I've done. I've done a small video of it so that you can see what it looks like. Unfortunately, nobody guessed the correct creature, so there won't be an extra copy of the chart. There might be. I might buy one anyway. I don't know. I'll see. So I have a bit of stash enhancement. So this arrived a couple of days after my last floss tube. This year's holiday issue from Just Cross Stitch. I have them going back to 1999. I even have some, not all, but a few of the preview issue that they do in sort of June, July, something like that. So I thought, I've got to get it. I can't not have this year's one. Probably won't stitch anything out of it. I might do at some point in the future, but it won't be this year. So I got that. When I ordered the frames, these ones, I have got some, but the ones I've got are landscape, so this bit is there, so it wouldn't work. So I ordered a pack of 3. This, by the way, is the only one of the 3 that survived. The other 2 broke while I was trying to tighten it up. But they're about £1.70 for 3, so it's not like I've spent a fortune. Anyway, so when I ordered that, I ordered a couple of other things for an exchange, so I'm not going to show them just in case the person's watching. But I also found this on sale for £1.50. I thought, oh, I'm having that. I quite like that. Again, whether or not it'll ever get stitched, I have no idea. But it's sunflower, so I have to have it. Excuse me, need a drink. I'm back to my blue drink this time because Jeanette actually told me off last time because I had squash made up with lemonade, and she was like, where's your blue drink? That's your signature. Everybody's used to you having a blue drink. And I'm going, no, I've done 4 floss tubes. How can everybody be used to me having a blue? She said, no, you need to have your blue drink. So I've got my blue drink back. So I was, my Sparklies Fabric of the Month also came in a couple of days after my last floss tube. It's a lovely sort of bluey grey. I don't want to take it out of the bag because the bag's really noisy. So, and I was watching the enhanced stitcher. I ran across her latest video and I thought, and I looked and she'd only done about 9 or 10 of them, so I thought I'll watch them all from the beginning. And in one of them she was showing this. I don't want, yeah, I have to go that way because otherwise you get the glare from the window. Corey E. Batakori Sunflowers Farm, and I just fell in love with that. It's all done in DMC, but I think when I eventually come to stitch it, I'm going to just miss the S off, because Sunflowers Farm to me doesn't sound quite right. It'll have to be Sunflower Farm, but it is such vibrant colours. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I got myself that. I ordered it from Arts and Design in Scotland, and I ordered it about 3:30, 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, and it was here the Saturday morning. I was very impressed. I've never ordered from Arts and Designs before, but they were the one, when I did a search, it came up on them. And then my last bit of stash, enhancement. There was a lady a few weeks ago, or not a few weeks ago, a week, 10 days ago, selling some 9x9 squares of linen. And I looked at them and thought, oh, I'm gonna have to get them, because I've stitched on 40 count plenty of times, but I've never stitched on 45, and I've never stitched on 50. And I thought, well, they're 9x9 squares, so I should be able to find something to go on them. So I've got 6 altogether. So there's a white and an ivory in the 40 count. There's a white and an ivory in the 45. And then there's an ivory and a raw in the 50 count. As I say, I've never stitched on 45 or 50 count before, and I thought, well, for what the cost, you know, they're 9x9 squares, so they're a reasonable size. If I don't like it, if I can't see it, it's not the end of the world. I can always resell the 45 and the 50 counts, or do them as a giveaway. I have sat and had a look at them, and I think with magnification I'll be fine. But we'll wait and see. I'll find something smallish to try on them, with one strand of sulky or one strand of DMC or something. I'm sure I've got plenty of things in my stash upstairs that I could do on one of them. So lastly, I was watching Stitcher Sally, and she is going to be starting her first long dog. I've got a few long dogs. I've got 5 charts, but one of them is a freebie chart. Maybe I could do the freebie on one of them high count linens, you never know. But I haven't brought the freebie down because it is just the chart. I've had it, I don't know where it's come from. I haven't got a clue where I got it, but I've got it. So I've also got Pandemic, which is on my iPad, because I downloaded it when she gave it away in 2020 when the pandemic started. She was like, I've just finished this. This was going to be a release later in the year, but we're in a pandemic. Enjoy. So that's one option, and I've actually been thinking about starting that on and off for the last few weeks, about maybe making it my January 1st start and asking for a sulky thread to do it in for Christmas. I don't know, but I went and had a root in my stash because I knew I had one more, but I wasn't sure if I had any more than that. Well, I had another 3. So I've got Saint Silvestri. This was a gift from a Secret Santa in 2007. That's how long I've had this. I've got Rose Marquis. Also, this is the one I knew I had. This was gifted to me by a UK stitcher. I had it on my wish list and it appeared in the post one day. I've finished with this, saw it on your wish list, enjoy. So this was, like I say, this is the one I knew I had. So it might be that one. And then the other one I have is St. George. And to be honest, this is the one that I didn't know I had this one, but this is the one that is currently talking to me the most to start. It's the smallest of the ones I've got, apart from the freebie. So I'm going to look at Harrogate next week when I get a chance, which is usually sort of late in the day. When it starts to get quieter from about 3 o'clock, I normally get a chance to go out to Spellbound and pick the order up and have a quick nosy around the stitchy stands. So I'm hoping that I can find a silk, maybe from Paintbox, or a sulky thread, or just see what there is and see if anything grabs me to stitch this in it. I'm thinking it might look nice in sort of a teal, nice tealy, bright tealy green, but I'll see what I can find. I would quite like to do it in a paint box. I do like her threads, they're beautiful to work with. So we'll see. So maybe next time round I'll have another new start. This floss tube watching, you know, is not good. It's not good for my my PhD number. Normally at this time of year I wouldn't start anything new unless I knew, like the little snowman, that I could get it finished before Christmas or New Year, because I don't want to be taking over. I don't want to be starting the next, so 2024, with more PhDs than I started this year with. Well, I don't think this year that's not going to happen. I think I'm going to be starting 2024 with more of them. So there we go. But that's what happens when you watch people on Flosstube. They go, oh, we're doing this. I never used to be so easily enabled. Well, I'm still not that easily enabled, to be honest. But like with the sunflowers farm, it's a sunflower. It's pretty much a given that I'm going to get it, because you know, it's a sunflower. I'm a sucker for a sunflower. And a rocking horse. And a carousel. And a Russian doll. I love Russian dolls. I absolutely adore them. I don't know why. I don't know where the love of them has come from. But I have one that was my mum's. That is about a 50-piece one, I think it is. And the small is like this big. It's tiny. It's how they managed to paint it, I do not know. But it is minuscule. So, there we go. Bit of useful information about me for you. The other thing I like that's Russian is St. Basil's Cathedral. I adore St. Basil's Cathedral. There's a Thea Guvner kit of St. Basil's on Amazon, and I keep looking at it and I keep thinking, I've got Christmas money off my partner, I might just have to get that before it goes out of stock, because I don't know, she may not redo it, I don't know. So I do keep looking at that thinking, yeah, I might have to get that. Right, that's everything. Sorry about the waffling. I will hopefully be back in 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, and I know, yeah, Sunday the 10th today. And I know I said I was going to record probably on Friday the 8th. But my partner's doing overtime today. So I thought, oh, well, I may as well stick to doing a Sunday. So my next one should be on the 26th. Is it the 26th? Yeah, 26th, because it's 12. 14 and 12 is 20, yes, so the 26th. Should be the 26th. By which point I will have finished craft supplies. I should hopefully have made the snowman up into something, whether it be in a little 3-inch hoop or whether it be a little hanging pillow, I don't know. But I will have an FFO. I'll make sure I do. I'll have progress on my black sampler, and I will have worked on my commission a fair bit by then. That is the plan. I'll be back to that on Tuesday, because obviously tomorrow's Monday, I've got the grandsons tomorrow, and by the time I get home I'm too tired to do anything else. They take a lot of energy. 2 and 3 years old, of course they do. Although I think they've currently shared their cold with me, which is not a good thing, because if I get too bad with a cold I have to go on antibiotics now that I'm on the immunosuppressants. So they're going all right. I'm getting used to them. The gastric reflux is not as bad, but I have noticed, I don't know if you can see, I don't know if it shows up on here or not, just here there's a lump, and I don't know what's causing it. It's quite a hard lump, so I don't know. Probably didn't really want to close up my hand, but there you go. Yeah, it's they don't hurt. The lumps don't hurt, but it's there, and it seems to be making my hand a bit more painful. So I think I might have to ring the helpline next week and have a chat to them about that. But this morning, because it was cold, I had my fingerless gloves on that were a gift to help ease them, because if you get too cold, it gets, well, my right one especially, if it gets too cold, it gets very, very painful. But anyway, I really do need to stop waffling, don't I? You're sitting there thinking, God, woman, shut up. Go away. I've had enough of you. I've seen your stitching. I've seen what you've bought. I've seen your little FFO. Thank you for the giggle. Go away. So, right. So, I'm going to go. So, take care of yourselves. Stay warm, because it's now, we've had the first frost of the year this morning. So, take care of yourselves. Happy stitching, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.